Here's our stockinette stitch ready to be grafted using Kitchener stitch. The front needle shows the right side, so it's a row of knits presenting. The back needle is the wrong side of the fabric, so it's a row of purls presenting to you. The working yarn in this case is on the front needle. I have my contrasting. You would cut a nice long tail of your working yarn to work with and thread it on a tapestry needle. I'm using a contrasting color, so I have it threaded instead. So you will start by identifying which needle has your working yarn. In this case it's the front. Sometimes it'll be in the back. It doesn't matter either way. You are going to start on the opposite needle and you're going to be working the on stitch. So on the back needle and one on stitch on the front needle to set up. So we'll go to the back and the mantra is opposite on. So this is a purl stitch, so I will work a knit stitch, and always keep your needle under your knitting needles so that the working thread does not travel over your needles. It will make a huge mess if you do that. So opposite in this case, as though it's a knit. I can't get my needle in there. Towards the tips. So knit and leave it on. So I like to use my finger to hold that stitch on. And it's going to be a sloppy mess until you finish and you clean up your you can clean up your stitches. So I leave it nice and loose, opposite on the back. Now we move to the front. This is presenting as a knit. Opposite would be a purl, so purl and pull through but not too tight. There's the tail. Alright, so we're set up and ready to travel across and start to drop these stitches off. So we've finished at the front, now we move to the back. Now the mantra is same off, opposite on. It is a purl, so I'm going to purl and take it off. And then before I pull my yarn through, I do my next step. Opposite on, so I'm knit. I'm going to hold my needles. I'm going to hold that stitch so it does not come off. I'm going to pull this sloppy mess through, keeping the working thread underneath, but not pulling too tight. Alright. It helps to keep everything towards the tips. Now we need to move to the front. Same off, so it's a knit, knit, off before I move on. Opposite on, it is a knit, so I purl, and now I pull through. As you move across, it gets a little easier and less messy, but still keep it nice and loose. Alright, finished with the front, move to the back. Same off, so it's a purl, off, opposite on, knit. Now hold it and pull through. Without getting everything tangled. Alright, done with the back, move again to the front. Same off, so it's a knit again, opposite on, purl, pull through. Now it can go a little faster. Oops, don't lose that stitch. Same off, opposite on, same, knit, off, opposite, on, same, off, opposite on. Oops. Okay, I'm almost done. So just like at the beginning, the first 2 stitches had to have an extra step. The last 2 stitches will need an extra step. So I'm almost to the last 2 stitches. I just finished on the front, so I need to move to the back. Same off, opposite on, and the last few stitches get really slippery and they want to tend to fall off the needle, but keep them on there. Now the front, same off without losing that back stitch, opposite on, and pull through. Now, where are they? Oops, I got this. So I'm left with my last 2 stitches. Now I don't have a stitch to do a opposite on. All you need to do is do your same off. I just finished in the front, so the back will get a purl and slip off. Done with that needle. The front will get a knit, slip off. I'm done with that. Pull through, and it's very sloppy, but it's crafted. So I usually take my tapestry needle and I start from the edge that I started on, and I work my way across, tightening each stitch up so that it is the same size of all the other stitches in the rest of the knit. And you would go all the way across, but that is how it should look at the end. All the way across. And then you'll weave in your tails and you will have a grafted piece.